Welcome to NothingisOB South Texas Golf Podcast with your host, Andy Torres. Welcome to NothingisOB South Texas Golf Podcast, episode number 90. Number 90, damn, I never thought I'd make it this long, all right? We got a great show for you tonight. I got Mark Villagomez from Oakbury Golf Apparel on tonight. Yes, got right there, man. Some sweet-ass freaking gear right here. Thank you to my boy Mark. We'll get a little bit more into some of the items, some of the apparel that he has. He's got a great freaking story tonight. I am so looking forward to it. Now, I always like to associate myself with some badass people that are doing great things in the game of golf. And I'm going to tell you what set Mark apart from everybody else. He just came on the show and started commenting one day. And, man, I started checking out his stuff. And he had some great items, some freaking sweet items. And he said he was going to send me a little care package. And I said, okay. And sure enough, he had a little personal touch and personal flair that really set him apart. And I wanted to share that with you. Andrew, I hope this care package from your friends at Oakbury Golf Apparel. Love what you're doing with NothingisOB podcast. Keep up the good work. The content is really good, and being able to interact with the show is such a great feature. Just wanted to tell you a little bit about who we are at Oakbury Golf Apparel. Oakbury happens to be the name of the street I lived on in high school in Missouri City, Texas, outside of Houston. And just like golf, it can be kind of rough in that area. We are a Tex-Mex owned company, and we even took that into our logo. The wreath around the sides of the oak tree were taken from the Texas state seal and the Mexican coat of arms. The Black Volt logo hat came about because I always loved Nike's Volt's golf gear, and they just kind of went away from it. Sounded good is a term all golfers use. Sometimes even when the shot result is a 150-yard slice. You'll notice the divot tool has Mexican colors. It's a sweet-ass Mexican tool. A sweet-ass divot tool. And if you're able to get me one in the hand of my favorite golfer, Abraham Ancer, I'll be forever grateful. Golf apparel is really a competitive space to be in. So any help you can give in spreading the word about us is truly appreciated. Mark Villagomez, Oakbury Golf Apparel. And the reason why I wanted to read you the letter that he wrote me, it's rare nowadays to get a handwritten letter. And I thought that was so special. And it really made me feel that I needed to get into business with this guy, or I needed to be a part of what Mark had going on. So no further ado, I got Mark Villagomez. Mark, thanks so much for being on the show, brother.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Hey, you didn't know I was going to read your letter, right?
I didn't. I'm a little nervous, putting myself out there like that. But you know what? That handwritten touch, man, it goes a long way. I'm old school like that. That's the way my grandpa raised me. And yeah, I'm just going to keep doing that because it's working. And I think people really appreciate, a personal touch.
I agree, bro. And it caught my freaking eye, man. It did. It caught my eye. And my wife is my podcast producer over here, right? Even though she rarely listens to my shit, right? She rarely listens to my stuff unless it's very controversial, right? She goes, you know what? She goes, you know what, babe? This set him apart from every other company. You know what?
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, man.
You need to read that letter on the show. And I'm over here like, well, shit, I only got a 4th grade freaking reading level. So, well, thanks so much, Mark, for being on the show, man. Hey,
thank you for having me.
Why don't you tell everybody, what is Oakbury Golf, man? What is Oakbury Golf? I know I did kind of spill the beans a little bit, and I did talk about you being from Houston, about the street and where you grew up in. Why don't you tell everybody at home, what is Oakbury Golf Apparel?
So Oakbury Golf Apparel is a golf, in the name, it's a golf apparel company. But we're also an accessories company, like the divot tool that you showed everybody. We're making those in different colors. Those are machined out of single piece of brass, and made right here in the U.S. And we're going to be changing up the colorways, but I felt like I needed to do one for, to honor my heritage. My family is from Mexico, way down the line, and it just felt necessary to stay true to oneself. And so, like I said, we're small. We got hats in our store right now, and the one I'm wearing is like one of our most popular ones. It says "sounded good," and that is a term that is used on the golf course by every single group that is playing. I mean, I'm sure you can attest to that. It's no matter what that shot looks like, somebody is going to either they're telling the truth or they're going to comfort you by saying, "Hey, sounded good." You know what I mean? Me and my son, we use it all the time. And he said, I told him, "Man, you know what? I should put that on a hat one day." And he goes, "If you do, I promise it'll sell." And so that's where we're at right now. We got a couple new items. I guess we'll talk about that later, but we're trying to branch out from just hats and tools. We have towels right now, and later on in the future, you'll see stuff like this coming out. These are just samples, but we definitely want to grow. That's the plan.
Well, why come into, and you said it in the letter, it's such a competitive market, man. It's such a competitive market. And I'm thankful that we had the privilege. I mean, we had we spoke like a boyfriend, girlfriend on the phone over here, man, for it was an hour, like my phone went out or my computer went out, I had to go to phone. And you know what, I really got a good chance to know you. Why get into this market? I mean, it's tough, it's a tough market.
No, you're absolutely right. It is a very competitive market. There's a lot of golf brands out there. And I don't think I truly realized that when I first wanted to get in it. But I'll tell you this, man, I'm a sports fanatic, like all kinds of sports. My main sport that I, follow the most is probably boxing. I guess.
Who's the greatest boxer ever in your eyes?
Ever?
In your eyes, in your opinion?
Unpopular opinion, I'm going Floyd Mayweather, man.
Oh man, see, I knew that's why we rocked, bro. Hey,
this man has never been touched, man. He's never been touched.
TBE, the best ever, baby.
There it is.
You're gonna make me. You're gonna make me go run and get the money team hat right now, man. You're gonna make me go grab it.
Hey, yeah, man. I just tell it like it is, and Floyd is definitely the best boxer ever. But like I said, I'm a sports fanatic, and I had to find my way into working in sports, and my career path that I'm on, it just wasn't going to take me there. So I've been trying to start a business for a long time, and just sports apparel it just combined two things that I'm really interested in, and that's sports and dressing nice. I mean, most people that know me personally, they're going to tell you that I can pull some outfits off that I probably shouldn't be able to. A short, chubby Mexican should not be able to pull those things off, but I do it, man.
Hey, dude, that's what I'm telling you. I said that's why I think. Hey, that's why Oakbury's my brand, bro. I think it's my brand.
Yes, sir.
And so why? But why is it that you want to look good? Because as a coach growing up, I always say, hey, I always tell my kids, look good, feel good, play good, and you know what? And if you didn't play good, well, shit, you still look good, right?
Right, exactly. No, you know what? So looking good has always been it's my thing. It's not. I don't care if somebody else doesn't, but I take pride in putting something on, and golf kind of ties those things together so nicely, man. Like it's a sport where you need to put on. It's almost like you're putting on your uniform to go out there. I mean, I can't, put on my high school uniform and go play basketball anymore like I used to. So golf is my new thing. I'm gonna get fresh, and I'm gonna go to the course, and I'm gonna set my card up exactly how I want it, and I'm gonna be organized, and I'm gonna play a good round. I'm gonna have fun. You know what I mean? So that's what took me here. But as far as starting the brand, back to that question, I'll tell you like this. I almost didn't start the brand. I was researching and looking it up. There ended up being another golf apparel brand here in Houston. I found them on YouTube, and I watched his whole spiel, his whole video. These guys are named Rally Golf Brand. They've been so cool. Like literally shared information they didn't have to share with me, and at the end of the video that I watched, he says, man, golf is such a big sport and it's so engaging that there's no reason why I have to be the only brand right here in Houston. We can all eat. And man, that stuck with me. I've actually met the guy, Jose, over at Rally Golf Brand. And I told him, like, man, I almost didn't start my brand, because I was discouraged. I saw you guys have a really dope product right here in my city. And he says, man, I'm so glad you did because you got some really good stuff too. So that's how we came about, man.
I love that because, and I think that's what really kind of drives you and motivates you. It's somebody else that's in the business and successful and doing kind of somewhere where you hope to be one day, right?
Right.
And I think that's the thing with the game of golf that I love so much is that I'm super thankful for all the people that have been kind to me, right? And you always just, what do you want? You want to pay it forward, right? You want to pay it forward for maybe the next Mark Villagomez, the next Oakbury, the next guy coming up, and that, man, that's freaking beautiful to hear because it is, and there's enough at the table to eat for everybody to eat, and I think
it's rare because not just in this space that I'm in, but people withhold information. Nobody wants somebody else to catch them or pass them. Like whether it be your everyday career or something else. But I've been lucky, man. Not only Rally Golf Brand, but Sneak Apparel, which is just a streetwear brand. They don't have any affiliation to golf. Just a guy I know I work with, and man, he shared so much information that he did not have to. So in that aspect, I've been lucky, man, and I thank those guys like every day, because they didn't have to help me with anything, and they did, and they're not getting anything out of it. They did it just to be real, and that's so rare.
And I think if more people did that, not only in the game of golf, but out here in the world, it's just like treat others how you want to be treated. And it takes nothing to be nice. It takes nothing to be kind. It almost takes everything just to be an ass, right?
Pass it on, right? When you hold the door for somebody, they get it in their mind. They hold it for the next person most of the time, 9 times out of 10.
And that's one thing I like when I'm on the course. I like when you pass by somebody and they just give you, hey, the what's up or the nod. And when someone does it, that pisses me off, dude. Yeah. I want to tell them shit.
Right.
I want to tell them shit.
You're right.
I was like, where's my nod? Where's my nod?
Where's my nod?
Where's my nod?
This don't cost you nothing right here. That right there, it don't cost nothing.
Well, dude, you know what? And when we were talking the other day, man, because I'm always curious, and I'm always curious as to how companies put out good products, and local companies, right, and local guys and small businesses. Because, man, I'm over here dissecting. I'm dissecting your, the hats and stuff like that. I'm like, the quality, and I'm like, hold on, there ain't no name in here. I was like, man, this is legit. This is like, it probably fell off a truck, which is the kind of stuff I like, right? And, why don't you tell us how you kind of got through all that process? Because you were telling me about it, and which kind of got me really interested.
Right. So like I was telling you, my coworker, he owns a streetwear brand, and they have hats and shirts, and it's really dedicated to the sneaker culture. And he shared a lot of information with me, like his manufacturer and stuff like that. And I didn't end up using his manufacturer. I ended up researching and finding my own. But, man, I had so much involvement in these hats, like something that I never thought I was capable of. The designs, the stitching, the laser cut holes. It's a common look, but when you get these in your hand and you see the details, it's different than anything you're going to see in the store. And I take a lot of pride in that, man. The design itself, the logo, I came up with a graphic designer. Me and him together, we worked on that. And it has a lot of meaning behind it, like you read in the letter. But, man, like I said, I had a lot of involvement with these manufacturers. And the biggest thing, the comment I get the most from everyone that makes a purchase is, I can't believe the quality on these things. And I tell them, like, man, I would never put something out there that I wouldn't wear myself. And that's 100% true.
And you know what? And that makes sense, right? Because I'm gonna tell you, right? When I told you, I said, all right, I did my first hats, and I thought they were the sweetest thing, right? And I look back, and I'm like, man, these look like shit, right? And I'm gonna show you right here, man. I'm gonna show you like my first hat. You know, what's my only hat right now, and I got some in the works, right? And you know what? Like, man, it's just, hey, you know, but it was my hat, right? It's my hat.
And see, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just
Thank you, thank you. Tell me that. Say that.
what details you want, and they probably didn't have it. Hey, I got some right behind here. I can't even show them, they were so bad. When I was doing research and development on my stuff, oh my God, I went through some trials and tribulations.
All right. I got some guys right here. I got some commenters, some Facebook comments right here that I'm gonna just go ahead and post up here, because sometimes you have to be able to kind of sign in here. It's weird, just so you can chime in. I'll be able to see it later. I'll know who's talking smack, you know, later, and you know I'll go in out there and I'll go after them right here. But I got right here. I got one of the Facebook comments right here. I need to know when those Astro towels are going to drop.
Wow. Okay. Yay. The Astros towels have dropped.
There you go.
Live on the site right now.
Let's see. Show it right now. Let's go. Show it right now.
So it's really big. This is our first caddy towel, but this is it. That's our secondary logo right there in the middle. And we got the Houston skyline. If you see it really close, it says Oakbury Golf in off blue. We got the Astros rainbow print right here. And the good thing about this one, I went ahead and did double-sided. So we got our primary logo on the other side.
Damn, and this is something that's clean.
This is something you can scrunch up and hang around your middle club in your bag, and you got plenty on each side. One side for your face and one side for your clubs.
Damn, bro, that's clean.
I appreciate whoever that was, man. They're live right now.
That's clean right now. And just for people on tonight, we got a 15%. And I'm going to put it right there in the show notes. We got a 15% off. And I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna use it, but I'm just telling you right now, bro. All right, I got some tournaments coming up, and so I'm gonna be buying some care packages for these tournaments. So,
for sure.
so if you see some hint there on there buying shit, you know it's your boy. Nothing is OB. All right. I said, don't give me a coupon, bro. All right, don't give me a coupon. I'll stack them, dude.
Hey, there you go. Hey, that's how I know you're Mexican, brother.
Well, always, right? I mean, I guess it's kind of like our culture, right? Like when someone invites you out for a round, you're like, oh, okay, you know, hey, like it's like my boys, you know, like I told you, like it's like my boys invited me up there, and you know, for Black Hawk out there, you know, Black Hawk, and it's a private course, and I'm over here like, okay, we're gonna play Black Hawk on Saturday, and then we're gonna go and play the Carlton Woods on Sunday, and you know, these are private courses, and I'm saying, okay, I don't know shit about it, right? Well, I'm over here like. I'm walking into these clubhouses. I'm like, how much is the round? You know, how much is it, right? Like that's probably like the first. Okay, what's the tee time and how much, right?
Exactly. And instead of the Tiger Woods questions, you flopped it around. Where's the first tee box and what's the course record? Where's the pro shop and what's the price here?
Right, exactly, right.
Hey, I'm with you on that, brother.
And so the thing is that you're putting out some great items, you're putting out some good stuff, and I like your thought process, because you want to make sure that it's quality that people are going to want to wear, and it's not something that, you know, because I look at my hat and I love my hat. It was my first hat, right? And it's kind of like a novelty, right? It's a novelty. If somebody wears it, I'm like, hey, you're wearing that hat, right? And even me, like I won't wear it, you know, because it's my old logo, you know, but you know what, it's still something that I'm proud of. But you had to have gone through so much just to find like the right fit or the right look.
Man, I'm telling you, I went through a lot. There was so many things that I sent back, or you know, just I ended up keeping, and I told my wife, I said, man, I'm just gonna put this on a shelf to remind me of where I started, because they sent me a hat that was supposed to be this shape, and when I tell you it was double the size in height and probably width, yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy, it took time. It took time and patience. There were several times where I said, man, I'm ready to call it. I haven't spent a big investment, and you know, people kept telling me like, no, man, you have really good ideas. Just stick with them. Like, stick with them. You're going to find it. And I'm glad I did, man, because, you know, the response, especially to this one right here, man, I don't know if it's the color or the phrase, but people are loving it. And I'm actually going to be doing these in different colorways now because I was talking to some people and they're like, man, you know, the green is hard to match. And I'm like, okay, I get that. A lot of people were scared of the white hat just because you know how they stain on the golf course. I will say I've worn this on the golf course a bunch of times, and I'm not, you know, it will stain. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna make up a lie and say it won't stain, but it holds up pretty well, man. I've had great response on that.
Well, I think so too, and I think it's the quality, right? Like good quality. I mean, yes, obviously. I mean, white hats. I mean, they're going to get dirty. They're going to get used, right? It's going to have some use on it, right? And it's going to have some you know, some rounds on it, and but the thing is, I agree with you there. It's the quality that it's also not going to scuff easily, right?
Right.
And you can tell like, hey, something if you hit a shot and you get it fat, chunky, you know, some dirt kind of flies back at you, you know, and it's going to kind of brush off. And that's what's badass about it. And you're right, sounded good. And I think what it does is it's kind of got those master colors, you know?
Hey, that's what we were going for with that. The green and yellow is iconic in golf. It was something that I definitely had to do was the green and yellow. And then, you know, like I was telling you, the hat that you have on, the black and Volt, it was something that, man, Nike was so iconic when they came out with this color. And Rory was using it. Tiger was using it. I loved it, man. That Nike was my go-to always, but they kind of went away from it. And I said, man, if they're not gonna pick that back up, I will. And so that's where we came up with that.
Well, I think the thing is, man, I'm sure. I mean, you're a Tiger guy, right? You have to be a Tiger.
Of course,
guy.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is that, man, wasn't it cool to play Nikes, right? Like just to play. Just to rock every. I mean, I still rock. I mean, shit. We still talk. We still rock the Nike, right? The Goddess of Victory. But I think the Nike clubs and when everything, the red, you know, the you know, I got right here. Got me right here.
Yes.
You know, when Nike came out with the Cool Bird.
I had that set. That was my first set.
It's a good set. It was a good set.
It's great. It was great. It killed me when I got rid of it. And I had, you know, I only got rid of it because I told you at one point I got laid off from my job and I said, man, golf's just not in my budget right now. And I ended up selling my entire bag, which was a VRS set of Nikes. I sold them to my dad. And when I
you're dead.
When my personal life picked back up and my job, you know, I got another job, so I'm going to start playing golf again. He didn't want to sell them back. He didn't want to sell them back.
Man, Mexicano right there, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
Mexicano, dude. I was just about to ask you.
I'm telling you, man.
Like, and he probably lowballed your ass too. He probably did.
He wanted more. He wanted more for me to buy those clubs than what I sold them to him for.
Hey, typical Mexicano right there. Hey, more for less, right?
Yeah, there you go.
More for less. We're right here, guys. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead right there, guys, on the ticker right there. Please visit oakburygolf.com and use code FAM and friends to get 15% off your order. All right, guys, man, there's some great items on there. You got some hats, got a badass divot toe. And you know what? Even though I am a Yankee fan and the Astros did knock out my Yankees, but you know what? I'm a lover of Texas. I'm a lover of Texas, lover of Houston. All right, I got a request for you. I got an idea because you know what? I'm not the guy that makes it happen. I am an idea guy. I got ideas for days, right?
Okay.
Man, you need to do like a Paul Wall one. You need to do like Oakbury Golf, the People's Champ towel or shirt, something.
Hey, that's a great idea.
I'm telling you, bro. I am the idea man. Like that's it. But that's all I am. That's all I am.
That's a great idea, man. And I did want to say coming on this show that I know I do put out a lot of Houston based stuff, but that's not going to be our MO. You know, I want to do special occasion type stuff. You know, the Astros being in the playoffs was a reason to do this. And you know, as far as like a Paul Wall thing, for sure, I'm always going to show love to the city, but I had somebody ask me today, hey, are you ever going to make other Texas college colors in your hats? And to be honest, I am. We're looking at it right now. That'll be next in the it's already marinated in the brain.
Hey, dude, I gotta you got to do a collab. I got to do a collab with you, bro. I mean, come on.
Hey, I'm down.
Get me on the payroll, bro. Get me on the payroll.
I see you have that UTSA in your background.
Oh man, that's rowdy, boy.
Yeah, run is one. Run is one.
Hey,
We actually have a brand ambassador. He plays varsity for UTSA. He reached out to me and he told me how much he liked my stuff and you know he wanted to be a brand ambassador and man, it's been working out pretty good. You know, he's posting about us and giving
who
us
is
some
it? Who is
promotion.
it?
His name's David Harrison.
David Harrison.
David
Yeah,
Harrison, yeah.
dude, the former coach, Coach K, Coach David Kanar. He was awesome, bro. He was my man. He was there, I think, like 15 something. Dude, he just retired. I was like,
Wow.
no, man. This guy would always come on the show, right?
Man,
And
that's sick.
dude, he gave me his bag, bro. Like, because we don't have any
Wow.
licensed apparel, and so I try to be obviously. I'm a proud runner, and it's great. They're great kids, man. They're great kids. I see them around the city. They're great kids. We're an up and coming university. I mean, dude, we are like an up and
Man,
coming
I like
university.
everything I see out of UTSA. I'm gonna be honest. The way this guy reached out to me and was, you know, super polite and just interested, it made me feel great. And I was proud to, you know, let him be the brand ambassador. And looking forward to doing that with others. You know, and he's not gonna be the only one, but like I said, we are still small. You know, we gotta keep our head on our shoulders right now. I can't just get a bunch, but my wife is a University of Houston alumni, so we're looking at maybe a female golfer from U of H next. You know.
Okay, because you know what? Hey, so I'm gonna reach out to one of my buddies out there, right? Daniel Park is the assistant coach for the women's team for the
At U of
Houston,
H?
yeah, the U of H.
Okay, all right.
He had been on my show before, and because
Nice.
he used to be before he was there, he was an assistant at UTSA.
Okay, nice.
Really, really solid. It's Daniel Park, all right?
I think I follow him on Instagram, but we haven't had any interaction at all.
He's a good dude, and man, I'm sure you always want to support local, right? You always want to support local. Right here, I got my boy Efren, Nike Mojo ball.
Hey, I used Nike Mojo balls, man. Like there was nothing, like they were going out of style, brother.
Hey man, I'm still on them Warbirds.
Man, right now, man, and I hate to say this because I'm not good enough. I'm a high handicap. I'll be, you know, I'm not ashamed to say it. I shoot in the mid-90s. I'm working on it. I want to get better. I have the desire, but that's where I'm at. You know, just keeping it real.
That just goes to show you.
Someone showed me TaylorMade Tour Response, and man, when I tell you they just feel so good off the club face. But they're pricey, bro. Me with my handicap, I should not be using those, man.
Hey, guys, anybody out there, that just goes to show you don't have to be a great golfer to start a great golf apparel company.
Amen. Amen.
All right, dude. Well, let's get into a little bit more depth right here. So now you talk about the company name being a street where you grew up in, and in the letter you wrote me, which I can kind of compare with growing up in the Barrio in Corpus Christi, and why that name, and why is it such a hard place to come out of where you're from?
Right. Okay. So I'll tell you like this. Missouri City is a suburb of Houston on Houston's south side, and it's kind of divided into two areas. You have the section that's a cluster of neighborhoods that's pretty much touching the south side of Houston. And that's where Hunters Glen neighborhood and Oakbury is at. I lived there when I was in kindergarten, I believe. And, it was tough back then. And it's even tougher now, just keeping it real. The houses, that was what my parents could afford back then. And, we loved it. We didn't know any different. My grandparents lived down the street, and we made the most out of it. As I've gotten older, I do live in Missouri City now as well. I just live on the further side, closer to the country, or what used to be the country, because it's developing like crazy out here, man. You wouldn't believe it. But it just came full circle when I was looking for a name to start my business. I just was looking back in my past, and trust me, my friends, they were all like, "Hey, why don't you call it, fucking Tejano, Tejano and I wanted to go that route. I really do, because that's who I am. But it's like you'd be closing yourself off to a large market by doing that. You know what I mean? And so I just kept looking back in my past and thinking of names. And I said, Oakbury just sounds like it was a golf community, or, you know, it was a golf club itself. And we just ran with it, man. That's how it came about.
I got Jacob Munoz right here, supporter of the show. At least the street sounds expensive.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
Right? It sounded good.
Thank you.
It sounded good.
It did.
It sounded good. All right. So we're going to be giving away one of those badass towels, and we're going to be giving away a hat tonight as well. And you know what? I'm going to keep it. I'm just going to keep it fair, because you know what? A lot of people say, oh, you give it to your boys. You give it to, well, you know what? I was like, they're the ones fucking commenting on this shit, right? I'm like, you know what? I always have to give it away to a commenter, or, you know, somebody who comments. So tonight at the end of the show, I'm going to let you pick somebody, or you get to pick two people, and we're going to make sure to get it out there to them. All right. Because I'm going to pay for them. I'm going to pay for them, and I'm going to make sure that they get it. And play. And right here, Corpus is the Badio, and it's Badio with the B, bro. And you know what? Hey, as long as you don't talk about Selena, bro, we're all good.
Hey,
we're all good.
Don't you speak a bad word about Salinas,
bro. I'm telling you, dude. I'll throw hands right now, dude. I will throw hands.
You, man. I'm with you. We had mad love for her out here.
Hey, man, she was always at the Dome, dude. She was always at the Astrodome, dude.
Yep.
She was always at Astroworld.
That was her second home.
Oh, let me tell you, dude. Okay, so we're going off subject here. So we were at Hooters one time, and we're there with some friends, and some jerk. I mean, I'm a jerk too, so you know what? I liked him, right? And he goes, he starts bringing, you know, stuff about cities into the mix. You know, he goes, who's famous from Corpus? Are you gonna say Selena? And I'm like, say something bad about her, bitch. Like say something bad. Like, please say something bad. And I was like, I'm sure you never heard of a man by the name of LDP before. And like, LDP. And I was like, yeah, Lou Diamond Phillips, motherfucker. Wow. I was like, Chavez, man. Like, come on, guy.
There you go.
And he's like, you know, everybody's like, man, dude, I love Lou Diamond. I love that movie. Like, Young Guns, like, I love that movie.
It took a minute for it to hit, but once it hit, they realized what they were saying, huh?
That's right. See, and it's always Farrah Fawcett, right? Like, someone always says Farrah Fawcett, and yes, I know. And she went to Ray High School, which a high school where a lot of my family members went. And you know, like, you can, yes, Selena, and as somebody says, I guess not. I don't know who else. You know, I'm not thinking about, you know, this and this, right? Oh yeah, see, look, Jacob Munoz, this is the spirit world. Hey, you're in the spirit world. You're in the spirit world, asshole. And so Eva Longoria, thank you. There you go, Eva Longoria.
Hey, there you go.
There we go, man. See, thank you to my fans, my supporters.
Keep them coming, man. I didn't know about Eva Longoria.
And so you know, I told him, I said, well, Priest Holmes. I said, is Priest Holmes probably like maybe the most famous?
You're right. You're right. I forgot about that.
And he's like, well, I went to high school. I was at all the football games. I was like, oh, you played? And he goes, no, I was in the band. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, hey, all right. Oh, it's Scott Williams, my man, Scott Williams. What's up, Scott? Hey, Scott, did you make? I didn't even see who made the team. Scott, did you make the ACGT tour team? That's one thing I want to know. Hopefully he'll respond back to me, because there's a big thing these guys are trying to compete against, playing against a Houston group that comes down to play here in San Antonio this year. And so my man Scott, follower right there. All right. Nice. So back on topic right here. All right. So what was it that got you into the game of golf? Because obviously you couldn't just want to have started just the apparel without the game of golf.
Right. So I fell in love with the game of golf because I've worked in oil and gas pretty much since I got out of high school. I went to school for a little bit, and I was training to be a firefighter, but the quick and easy money in the oil field just kind of snatched me away from that. So long story short, working out on different locations, you meet different people. You have salesmen, you have service guys that have, you know, company privileges, and, you know, they started taking me out to golf. My dad had already been golfing since I was a kid. I was just never interested. But as I was an adult and I seen like, hey, this is like an adult playground where you can be slamming beers at 7 a.m. and no one's judging, you know. I said, man, maybe I want to get into this right here. And I realized, you know, I had a little bit of talent. I wasn't horrible right when I started. So you know, as you know, like, man, you hit one good shot and those hooks, man, they grab you deep. And that's what happened with me.
No, dude, and I think it's something kind of like generational. You know, I know not everybody has that story, but of course you're always like, hey, you look at Tiger, right? I mean, he was there with his dad, and
right
when we spoke on the phone, you know, it's a way that I've gotten time back with my dad, and just kind of like, I guess it's the old where, hey, you know, one thing is passed down from a father to a son, right? Or mother to a daughter, or vice versa, right? And I think it's kind of something that the generation before kind of, you know, passes down to you. And I think it was my dad that put, you know, the clubs in my hand, because again, like you said, like I used to think when I was younger, I was like, you know what, people you love just rag on each other, right? like and that's like kind of my way of endearing others, right? Like,
that's your love language, man.
I like you, I'm gonna talk shit to you, you know. Yeah. I like you, I'm gonna talk shit about your shoes, you know, I'm gonna talk shit about your hat or whatever, right?
Exactly.
And I think that's something that us, especially, you know, as our culture, that, you know, that kind of, you know, hey, it's just, that's how we love, you know, we love you so much, we're gonna talk shit to you, we're gonna rag you.
Hey, we Mexicans are the cruelest to each other, man. God, I won't even get into some of the nicknames I've heard over the years, but hey, like you said, you know, something you can pass down. My dad passed it to me, even though he never forced it on me or anything. And my son, just seeing me and my dad and all the time we were spending together, he got interested in it too. And I got lucky without even, you know, pushing him in the slightest. You know, he'll be playing for his high school this second semester. After he finishes football, he will be immediately joining Travis High School golf team.
Oh, dude, that's the best, bro. That is the best. That is the best thing you can do, is pass down something generational, like this beautiful game, dude. We played it, dude. I haven't, you know, in football season and coaching and teaching and family, I haven't played around a golf, and I think it's been 3 weeks. And for me, that's crazy, dude, because I'm going in summer. I'm playing like 3 or 4 times, right?
Yeah.
And one of my best friends, his twin boys, and my godson, or I say one of them is my godson. You know, one of them I was there to baptize, and the other one was there because he was his twin, right? So he's my adopted godson. So my godsons, we got to play with him, which was freaking beautiful, at one of like a beautiful country club here in Sonterra on Monday, representing my school for a great organization, right? The Miss Tristan Foundation. And it's a foundation that raises money to help teach small kids like drowning prevention and water safety, right?
Nice.
And you know, great, like a great legit foundation, right?
Man,
not just
it doesn't get better than that. That's one of the best things I've ever heard of.
Oh, dude, it's beautiful, right, bro? Like they come, and like a bus comes and picks up our kids, and they take them to like the natatorium, and they teach them water safety for like a week, and it's beautiful, right? Like a beautiful foundation tournament. They fed us La Palenque tacos afterwards, beans and rice. Like, dude, it was beautiful, right? It was just great. But it was great because I got to be out there with my godsons. I got to be out there with my boy, representing the school that I love, playing on a beautiful country club course. I was in great shape. And you know what? We didn't care how we played. Like, it was such a carefree, free round.
The vibes were so high, right? Am I
Bro,
right? The
like,
vibes
it was amazing, dude. Like, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, because
I hear you.
I haven't been able to kind of like just let loose, like, you know, where I love to be, right? Yeah. Especially with people that I love.
Exactly. No, I hear you, man. I hear you. I love how the game of golf can bring people together, man. You know, especially family. Like you said, you missed out on time with your pops. I think I did too, man. I started, I became an adult way too young, if that makes any sense. You know where I'm going with that. But I became an adult way too young, and I missed out on a lot of time with my dad that I've been able to get back through golf. And now that we're on the subject, man, there's one of my favorite memes since I started golf. It happens to be a video of Tom Brady where a kid asks him, you know, who's your favorite person? He gets super emotional and he just says, my dad. However, the writing on there says, when the golf instructor says, where did you get this awful swing at? He says, yeah, man.
Hey, my dad's nickname is Fairway Ed.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, your dad's different than mine.
But I think it's because he doesn't find the fairway.
Oh, okay. So he is like mine.
Well, you know what, man? It's so weird, right? And I just hope that I couldn't tell you how old my dad was, but I think the game of golf saved my dad's life, and that's something I told you previously when we spoke, and
yeah,
that's why, like, I feel as I speak with you, I feel like he's right here. He's right here with me, right? You know, he's right here on this ride, on this round with us, right? And like, man, he's such a smooth character, because you know what? You know how these old Mexicanos are? I don't think I could get away with wearing a pair of jeans to play around the golf. Like, my dad thinks he's dressing up wearing a pair of jeans, and I'm like, bro, you can't be wearing denim at some of these courses I take you to, guy. Like, you're gonna get us kicked out before we even get on the damn course.
Right. No, I hear you.
And he has and like, you know, he'll ask me, we'll be like 150 out, and you know, he asked me what I said. Oh, I'm hitting 7. I'm hitting, you know, a strong 8, whatever, right? And he goes, an 8 wood, a 7 wood, and I'm like, a 7 or 8 wood? What do you got in this bag? And he goes, 11 wood. And I'm like, ching out, dude. Like, damn, like, they make woods that high? Well,
yeah, man, yeah. They get crazy with it. Hey, you know what? I don't know how old your dad is. My dad, I would say he's in his late 50s, but he's already using his hybrids and whatever wood from 150 out as well. So it's crazy. My son loves to make fun of him for it, but he's, you know, he does all right with it.
It's what my buddy always says. My buddy Jake always says, it's not how you arrive, it's how you leave.
Yeah,
that's how you leave. That's how you leave. Right here, I got Arnold Garcia, South Side. Come on.
Hey, there you go.
All right. So right here, man. What as you're gaining traction, you're gaining a following, you're having people reach out to you to be ambassadors of, you know, some badass products, some great quality, a great quality company on the rise. What have been some of the biggest challenges that you've had to deal with in getting here?
I'm gonna say finding the right people to work with. I mean, because when you get into this space and you decide, hey, I'm gonna start a brand, you start your LLC or whatever route you go, you have a ton of people saying, hey, I'll make this for you, I'll make that for you. And they're right, they will, but you're gonna get like what I told you I have right here behind me. But behind those shirts, man, I have one of the most hideous hats you
Dude, okay, hey, the show is NothingisOB, bro. I think
you know what?
Bring one
right,
out. There we go.
Break it out,
there we go. Yes. What is behind curtain number 2? Right there. There we go.
Here we go, man.
There we go.
So I'm going to show this just because I want y'all to know how bad I struggled. This was supposed to be the hat that you have on right now. And as you can see, it will not even hold its shape. And I don't know if you can tell, but this material is nothing like what you have on, man.
I like it. It looks good.
No, man.
Send it to me,
you have to have it in your hands, dude. I'm telling you. It won't. This shape that it has right here. Look, here you go. You see that wonkiness? That's exactly how it arrived, man. And you know, so
okay. Put that back up to the camera, bro. Put that back up to the camera.
There you go.
Here.
Lean into the side without even trying, man.
You know what? I got a buddy that's got a fucked up head like that. It'd be perfect for you. There you go.
I'll take it. All right. Hey, man, I got to keep this thing around me to remind me what direction I don't want to go in. No, but you know what? It was this manufacturer that you know, I'm 1-2 days in it. And somebody sends me a DM. We're a sports manufacturing company, and we'll make all your stuff. And I'm like, all right, cool. You know, I give them a shot. And first of all, they were just, man, the communication was horrible. The shipping, you know, it took me almost probably 3 months to get that. And it's just a one-time sample, you know. So dealing with people like that probably know they shouldn't be getting into business with somebody, but they're just trying to, you know, earn a quick buck, you know. So that's what I'll say has been the biggest challenge, is just making sure to take time to and take the patience, not let your anxiety get the best of you, because it is nerve-wracking starting a business, no matter what it is. But when you feel like, man, I've invested money, I need to get the right product so that I can get it out to the people, and then you're getting stuff that you don't like in return. You know what I mean? That's a hurdle that you have to jump over, and you can't let it discourage you.
I got one question here, and then we'll take a little break right here so I can pay some of my bills over here.
Okay.
I got Arnold Garcia. Did your background hurt you being Hispanic?
You know what? There's been times where I've definitely felt like maybe the opportunity wasn't there as like it would be for someone else. But overall, man, I really just don't let it set me back. Like I said, I've had people reach out, and then the ones that have bought, the response has been great. So I can't say that it's holding me back at all. And not that I would let it anyway. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful, dude. Because sometimes you know what? I'm not going to say we as Mexican people, but I think, and yes, it is us at times. We always like to kind of put the blame game. And I think ultimately, as I've seen as being a coach and a teacher, you see students, you see parents always want to put it on you as the teacher, or when they're split households. Oh, it's when he's at the mom's, or when she's at the dad's, or vice versa, or the teacher or kids. They want to blame others. And I think ultimately at the end of the day, it all goes back to us, right? It all goes back to you being
it does. And to be honest, while we're saying, my background, did it hurt me? My background itself, that was one of the things I was worried about. We as Mexicans, sometimes we do not support each other the way we should, man. I've noticed that we're at the bottom of
the haters, bro. We're haters.
We are haters more than any other Latinos, I would probably say. But it's something that I'm trying to change. And like I said earlier, when I brought up, Rally Golf Brand, Jose at Rally, he's Hispanic, and he, whatever information I asked him for, dude, he gave it to me without issue at all. And I, that sparked something in me. I said, man, this is rare. And I just gotta appreciate it. You know what I mean?
All right, bro. I'm going to take you off here real quick, and I'm going to talk just a little bit about my presenting sponsor right here. My bros, FOREBROS right here. FOREBROS Golf Tour. Please check out FOREBROS on Facebook at FOREBROS Golf Tour, FOREBROS Tour. Never golf alone again. Please check us out on Facebook for any of our schedules, events, and results. Never golf alone again. If you don't have a home, please check out FOREBROS Tour. Bunch of great guys, brothers, guys that consider family. Now, these are the guys that will talk shit to you. They will rag on you. But at the same time, if you get into trouble, you get in a pinch, you need somebody to bail you out, they might not bail you out, but they will call you a good lawyer that will get you a bond. Some of my best friends, some of my best relationships have been forged from our FOREBROS Tour. Please check us out. All the money that goes into any pot for any of our payouts, any contest, they all go back to the winners. We keep none of it. Please check us out. FOREBROS on Facebook, FOREBROS Tour. Never golf alone again. I want to thank you so much to my bros for always supporting me and always getting my back. Check us out. FOREBROS Tour. Never golf alone again. All right, guys. Back to my boy, Mark. All right, Mark. My buddy right here. One of my supporters right here, Arnold. He had something to say right here. He goes, exactly. Andy Torres, crabs in a bucket. I'm like, you know what? Okay. I said, look, bro, this is one of my friends. And how do we meet? We met through golf, and we became friends from day one because we met on the golf course through a random pairing, right? Nice. And he's one of my biggest supporters, and just one of the dudes that I can just bounce shit off of, right? And he doesn't like it because I tell him exactly how it is. He wants me to go in his favor, right? And so I'm constantly telling him that, no, bro, this is how it is, right? This is how it is. And he doesn't like it because he gets mad. Like when I play like I'm playing well, he goes, man, you're so good, bro. You shouldn't be in the B flight. You should be in the A flight. And so yeah. Jacob Munoz. This guy Arnold, he packs multiple golf shoes, but they're not even cool golf shoes. They look like aqua shoes that you would buy at Walmart, right? Like,
Oh my God.
yeah, they're Adidas. They're that 3-stripe life, bro. Like, I mean, just
Yee.
not even the cool 3-stripe life, right? But he gets mad that, okay, let me paint this picture for you. When you're out there playing with your boys, you're playing with your foursome, you're the first guy to make the putt. What is the next thing you should do?
If you're the first guy to make the putt?
Yeah, like if you're the first guy to putt out, what is the next thing to do in regards to golf integrity?
Pull the flag.
There you go, right? You got flag duty, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, thank you, bro. Right?
For sure.
Thank you. Okay.
Hey, my scores don't reflect it, but I got the etiquette. The etiquette part I got down.
Okay. So this dude, we're playing around the golf, and he's don't know how, right? He's all mad, right? Well, he gets mad. He putts out like 4 holes in a row, and he just goes and waits in the cart.
Arnold, you got to do better than that, brother.
Hey, you got to be better, right? You got to be better.
You got to be better than that.
And so that's why I always give him a hard time. I'm like, bro, like you could play bad or you could be having a bad round, but I was like, don't let it change your golf etiquette, right? I mean, don't let it change.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Hey, but the fact that he's giving it to you right here on the comments, man, that's how I know y'all are real friends, man. My friends do the same to me, bro. They let me have it.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you. And sometimes it turns people off, right? Jacob Munoz.
To the outsiders looking in.
There you go. Look, he embarrassed me in front of all my friends. Hey, that's my line. That's my line. He's taking my shit. That's my line. That's one of my go-tos. That's one of my go-tos, you know. What is something that maybe that you and your friends and you and your boys have when y'all are on the course? What are some of your go-to lines? Like some of your go-to phrases?
Man, you know what? My son, he's just as vicious as the rest of us. But when, let's say, because he's been getting better, man. He's right there with me. So my son and my dad and myself, we're all kind of close, and we can be neck and neck on any given day.
So you got a little savage in training.
Yeah, we got a little savage in training, and man, he kills me every time if let's say I'm the one, trailing, and him and my dad are neck and neck. My dad will hit a shitty putt, man. I mean, just nowhere near the pin. And as soon as he taps it, my son yells, "Oh, get in the hole! Get in the hole!" Even though it's got no chance at all. It's nowhere near. The line is all wrong. It's not going anywhere near the hole. So he's a little troll, man. But I love it. I love his little intensity, man. He's 14.
Hey, man, there you go, dude. You got to raise him right, bro. And it sounds like you're doing a good. A good job.
For sure.
All right, bro. Let's get into some fun golf stuff. What's your favorite course there in the Houston area?
I'm a big Tour 18 guy. I love how Tour 18 is sculpted after all the famous holes on the PGA Tour. You have 3 holes that are, man, they're like carbon copy of Amen Corner at Augusta National. And when I tell you the scoreboard is there, they have their own little mock raised creek that goes through there. It's amazing, bro.
All right. What is probably one of your best memories that you've had out there on the course?
I think my best memory was when I broke 90. The only time I broke 90, I was playing with my dad. We were by ourselves. We were in a twosome in the evening, and right here in our neighborhood. And dude, I was just playing out of my mind, and I've been chasing that feeling ever since. But it's crazy because you look at the numbers, and even though you may feel like you're just the shittiest golfer, after you put up a bad score, but man, there's not a huge percentage of people that break 100 and much less 90, and then it just gets slimmer and slimmer as you go on. So it's good when you sit back and take a moment to reflect. Breaking 90 was a huge deal, and I chase that feeling all the time.
I got a troll on here, Jacob Munoz, liar, pants on fire. I don't know, man. We need to see the scorecard, bro. It's for Brute.
Hey, I got it. I'm not throwing that one away.
All right, right here. Got another commenter. Me too. Love that course. Played it about 5 times. And man, funny you say that because I get invited this week, right, from I'm not going to say, I'm the end all be all for South Texas golf here in San Antonio, but I got a lot of guys inviting me every weekend, which is freaking annoying, especially when you're on daddy duty, or especially when you got to do a trunk or treat on Saturday morning and you can't go play golf, right? Well, one of my buddies that he runs another association here in town, Joey Hernandez, he goes, hey, got some spots open for a really nice course in New Braunfels here, which is a little city outside of San Antonio, and they have a little municipal called Landa Park, and this is like, I mean, dude, we're going through like the worst drought ever here in San Antonio, right?
Yeah.
But this course, for some reason, is just like, it has not had like a bad season, right? I mean, it just has not. And one of my good buddies that he teaches at a range up there, he said it's because of the minerals where they use, they pull from the river there, which is the Comau River, that it's the minerals that it has in their spring and all this stuff that, you know, keeps the grass greener. And I'm just like, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I don't even know if you're bullshitting me, but I was like, I'm eating it all. Like, I'm eating spoonfuls of it, right?
Yeah.
And so like all these courses right now are struggling. And so I got this guy, Joey, invited me, and he says that they're going to be going to the Tour 18 here in a couple of weeks in Houston. And I'm like, dude, like, this guy invites me on days where just like, I can't go. Like, and I need to make a trip to Houston, because the last time I went to Houston, I had a blast. And I'm like, I'm going to go and I'm going to play 3 rounds of golf next time I go.
Hey, you make sure you call me when you come, man. We'll make sure we link up. And
I already lost your number.
You lost my number already. Hey, I don't have the big strings to pull like you, but I will definitely make it out there, man.
But no, dude, I mean, it's really nice, and it's always a great change of pace, right? And I love it. I love to see, especially like, you know, I want to see all the different holes, because everybody tells me like, hey, the Tour 18 in Dallas is different than the Tour 18 in Houston.
Right. Yeah. So I've never been to Tour 18 in Dallas, but I've heard that it's a little different. It is a little different. I mean, so the highlight holes here in Houston is definitely going to be your 3, which are Amen Corner. You know, that's I believe it's 12, 13, and 14. And don't quote me, but on at Augusta National, you make the turn and you're coming back. Hole number 9, right before you hit the clubhouse, is TPC 17 at Sawgrass, the island hole. So
Did you make it on the green? Did you make it on the green there?
I have before, and I have also not before. So yeah, man. I'm gonna give you about 5 really spectacular shots around, and then I'm just gonna blow it to shit right after that. So
that's okay. It sounded good. It
sounded good every time.
All right. Craziest golf story that you've ever been a part of?
Yeah, I had one lined up just for you, and it's not so much. It happened on the golf course, but I guess back in 2017, we're playing here in Richmond, Texas, which is the country, man, the country. It's close to the Brazos River, and I hit a ball, stripe it right down the fairway, and I'm looking for it. There's water up ahead, and I'm like, man, did I go long? Did I go in the water? And I'm just head down, looking for my ball, looking left and right. I know I'm coming up to the water. And when I tell you, I looked up about 2.5 feet away from probably a 15-foot long gator, man. And he was just chilling. He wasn't, he was acting asleep, but I was right there on his ass. And if I hadn't looked up when I looked up, I was going to kick him, walking right into him. It was crazy, bro. My son was there. My dad was there. And it was insane.
So in Houston, they got gators?
Man, down there by the Brazos River, it is full. There's a course called River Point Golf Club, and they have a ton of them, small and big. I think they had that one removed, man, because he was so big.
They had one in Corpus. They had one at this course called Oso Beach, because it's kind of like got like a little swampy style, which it's very common in Houston, right? To have those, swampy style courses, right, in that native area. Well, I remember we always seeing the signs, hey, caution. They'd have signs that tell you that, hey, gator was sighted, right? Or there was a gator sighting. And I remember coming back every time we go play that course. I always ask my dad. I said, "Hey, anybody seen the gator?" And then my dad tells me several years back that like an off-duty cop shot it.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, "Damn!" I was like, "Really?" And then my dad tells me, like in a super Mexicano voice, yes, there was a lot of controversy surrounding it. My dad has trouble saying like huge words.
Right. I got
So
you.
he's like controversy, and
There you go.
I'm like, man, I was like, no way. He goes, yes, there was, and so he goes, so nobody likes that off-duty cop around here because they think that he shot it like maybe because he was drunk or some. There were some things leading. There were some fishy things are surrounding it.
Yeah, man. All I ever heard about that. So there's no mistaking it. That was the biggest gator we've ever seen at that course. And my dad knows the people that run it. And apparently they had given him a name. His name was Pancho. And they had him removed just because he was tearing up. He was scaring the dolphins, number
he was a
one,
Mexicano. He
and,
was a Mexicano gator.
Huh? What's that?
He was a Mexicano gator.
It must have been. Yeah. So that was crazy, man.
Right here, Efren. Gator boots, right? They probably made some gator boots, some belts, some wallets.
Some belts, man, golf belts. Hey, that might be my next
there
venture.
You go. There you hey, see, bro, you're getting all these ideas, man. Just
hey, I appreciate that effort.
All right, favorite golf movie.
I'm a Happy Gilmore guy. I've watched Tin Cup and I've watched Bagger Vance, but the love story I wasn't too interested in the love story in Tin Cup. So I'm a Happy Gilmore guy all the way.
All right, bro. As we wrap up this podcast here and interview, do you have any questions for me?
Man, not a question. I just want to tell you, man, keep doing what you're doing, bro. I'm really happy that we were able to link up, and it's crazy. I can't even tell you how I came across your podcast because I'm not very active on Facebook at all. I do everything on Instagram. One day I was on there. I said, a golf podcast in Texas, man, I'm checking that out. And I told you, from the first time we talked off camera, the interface and how you can comment in and it's live and you read the comments, dude, that like caught me. I think I commented several times on that other one that I was just watching, and man, I just want to encourage you to keep doing your thing. And I'm happy to be on here. I really am. It means a lot.
Well, thank you, brother. I always try to have quality people on here. Sometimes I have my buddies on here and the quality gets pretty low, right? The quality gets pretty poor, right? But I appreciate it, man. Like I said, I think the thing is that, like you said, just you always want to pay it forward. You always want to help people out. And it's always good that sometimes that things happen for a reason, right? And I really think that God put us in the same path to really try to help each other out.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
And it's really great. And I'm so thankful for all the commenters and everybody on here and the supporters, because it doesn't take a lot to support it, to be kind. It takes everything to kind of go the other direction. And it's awesome, man. Like I'm looking at people, their comments and chiming in. That means that means somebody's watching. That means somebody's listening, right? That means somebody's watching. And
man, I'm happy if one other person watched. I never thought I'd be on here.
And I really wanted to thank one of the viewers out here. His name's Scott Williams. He's a good buddy of mine. I get to see him on the course a lot, and he's always been really kind. I wanted to congratulate him on making the Alamo City Golf Trail Tour team that is going to take on HAGA, Houston Amateur Golf Association. They're going to go down and play in a match play against one of predominant leagues out here. I'm sorry, not a league. It's a golf tour. And I'm really wanted to congratulate him. And, he stated right here, if you go out there in regards to the Tour 18, if you go out there during the Masters, they have a little tournament on 11 and 12 and 13. There it is, 11, 12, and 13.
There you go.
And the chance to win free rounds. They actually have a person there announcing your name as you tee off, which is, man, that's beautiful.
That's something I didn't even know. I appreciate that, Mr. Scott. And
no, man.
On that tournament.
He's awesome, man. He's been everywhere and nowhere too at the same time.
I hear you.
He's awesome, man. And I got one more question for you.
Okay.
Who are you playing your final round of golf with?
My final round of golf.
Like ever. Like
on
this earth.
We're picking dead or alive?
It's your call.
Man. I'm gonna have to pick my grandpa.
Who's
Real
in that?
talk.
Who else
Real
is in that?
talk.
Who else is
He's
in that
gone. He's
foursome?
passed away. But that's who I pick, man.
Who else is in that foursome?
If we're talking famous people, gotta have Tiger, and just for my grandpa, we gotta have Lee Trevino.
That's awesome, brother. Right here. Dalton's Rally Golf.
Man,
Mom, love the podcast.
Dalton is the co-founder of Rally Golf, and man, those guys show me so much love you would not believe it. Miss Tammy, I appreciate everything you do as well. You've been great. You've really been great.
What's awesome, man. You've spoke really highly, Miss Tammy. Your boys spoke really highly of Rally Golf and the love that they've shown, and asked nothing in return. And man, he said nothing but great things in regards to Rally Golf. Hey, man, thank you so much, Mark, for being on the show, man. Make sure, again, please visit oakburygolf.com. Use the code friends and family to get 15% off your order. All right, because we're going to know that it was because of NothingisOB Golf Podcast. All right, now I need you to give me one, or you got to give me two. You got to give me two people, and I'm telling you, you know what? Hey, you got to say the names. You got to say the names, because people on here think shit is rigged. They think it's rigged, man. All right. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. Great show right here. Great. Scott Williams right here. Great show. Enjoyed it all. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate your support, my man. I'm looking forward to you. Make sure you kick Houston's ass. Kick Houston's ass. All right.
All right. So where am I picking the name from? From the comment section?
Yeah, from the comment section.
All right. Let me go down here. Let me look who all has commented.
All right. And make sure you let everybody know I haven't side text you or anything to give you any influence. Am I right?
No, he hasn't given me anything at all.
And if you can't see somebody's name on there,
we got a lot on here that just says Facebook user. So I'm sorry I can't pick you guys. But
if you pick their comment, I can find out who it is, because I have it somewhere on here.
All right. You know what? Let's go with Mr. Arnold Garcia.
Okay, what's Arnold going to get? I'm going to tell you right now. He's an Astros fan.
Is he an Astros fan?
Yeah, he's an Astros fan.
Hey, that works out perfect, man. Let's get him set up with the Oakbury
there you go.
Caddy towel, man. I'm holding that upside down.
There you go.
Yeah, let's get him set up with the Oakbury golf caddy towel.
There we go.
And
Arnie,
then on the second one, on the hat, let's do let's see here. Man, let's do my boy Daniel Trejo.
Oh, my man.
Daniel Trejo. We're gonna do the black and Volt Oakbury logo hat.
There
the one
you go,
that you have on.
Danny, my man.
Yeah.
Hey, Wu-Tang forever.
Represent. There you go, brother.
That's my man, dude. Hey, he's one of San Antonio's finest right here, dude. One of San Antonio's finest. Always kicking ass, dude. Hey, whenever I say anything in regards to on Facebook about like any crime or anything, he's like, hey, bro. Hey, man, this guy is like special forces sniper, bro. Like, man. Yeah. So legit, dude. He's always.
Hey, Andy, before we get out of here, I did want to just take a brief moment and show what we got coming up. Man, we got these are short sleeve windbreakers. The material is super flexible to be out on the course. And we're here in Texas, man. And sometimes it gets cold, but not cold enough for you to have on the full long sleeve. So we're doing these quarter zips, and we have 3 colors. I just have 2 of them here with me right now, but we got a dark gray, light gray. You got a logo in the back, and we got the secondary logo right here in the front, man. But we got this one, and then we got the Masters colorway right here, green and yellow. So I'm super proud of these, man. They have pockets right here in the front, but when I tell you I designed these to the T and I sent them back a million times because I wasn't happy with them, I'm giving you the God honest truth, man. I'm so proud of these. I feel like I feel like a real life golf fashion designer right here. So
you're a real life golf fashionista.
Hey, I would love for y'all to be able to show love to those. They'll be coming out early December, man. And I know down here in Texas, man, the short sleeves are gonna hit.
Right here, brother. I got a good question right here. Do you have double XL for big boys?
Absolutely, I do. Double XL. We go double XL.
All right. But, hey, we want them like tall tees.
There you go. Hey, now you're talking real Houston stuff right there.
Hey, bro, I'm from the Swisher House, bro. I mean,
I hear you.
Come
I
on,
hear
man.
you, man.
Well, thank you so much, Mark. I so appreciate your time tonight, dude. You were freaking. Oh, look, right here. Do you carry small for us little guys?
I do.
Oh, there you go. But hey, all right. So I got my buddy right here. That's bullshit. I never win anything on the show. So you know what, Maya? My boy sent this to me, but you know what? I'm gonna send it to you for being a supporter, Maya. I'm gonna make sure to give that one to you. So you know what? You're always a winner in my book, bro.
Hey, there you go, Jeremiah.
There you go. Oh, it's true. Here we go. It won't fit Maya's head. Damn, he doesn't. Not even on the last notch. Not even on the last notch.
Muscle head, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Well, mate, you know what? If you wouldn't mind staying on real quick so I can close off the show, I so appreciate it. Thank you so much. Make sure, guys, you hit up Mark Villagomez, Oakbury Golf Apparel. He's on Instagram. He's on Facebook a little bit, but please show him some love and visit oakburygolf.com. Please use the code friends and family to get 15% off your order.
Hey, I appreciate everybody.
All right, Mark. You have a good night, brother.
You too, man.
Man, such a badass dude and badass stories. I'm so looking forward to doing more with Mark and pushing out his products, because if you heard his story, man, he's a real dude. He keeps it real, and he's all about the love, man. Thank you so much to all my supporters and all my fans. Please continue to support Nothing is OB, South Texas Golf Podcast. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, todo. I'm on all right? Remember, in the game of life, nothing is OB.